Hello everyone, greetings. I'm back again. I was compelled to do another video. I have whatever time it takes for my coworker to get back into the hotel room. So whatever comes out is the message that has to come out. I wanted to talk to you guys about anger. I've been feeling a lot of anger lately. I'm sure we all have anger that comes up. Before I get to it, I'm going to read a passage from this amazing book, White Fire by Mooji. I am a huge follower of Mooji. His teachings have definitely changed my life for the better. Highly recommend his videos on YouTube or his books. There's so much pointings that he uses to really help us with whatever it is we're going through. So I'll start with a reading and then we'll get right to it. We are divine beings in a state of recovery, rediscovering our divinity, winning back ourselves from the deluded mind. However, the mind is very much a key player in the drama called life, because without it, the consciousness cannot experience transcendence, and transcendence is the whole purpose of the game. It is a kingly game when seen with the eyes of understanding. If you stay stuck in personhood, life will kick your ass, and if you are open to truth, then you are continuously expanding into greater and greater seeing. Finally, you will say, I love this climbing over myself, this walking through myself into myself. Perfect reading for what I'm going to talk about tonight. We basically are in a divine game. It's not easy to understand this when you are suffering, when you are in the level of mind, when you see the world as cold and disconnected. This almost seems cruel. How could God put us in such a miserable game if he truly loves us? I know a lot of people have asked me that in the past. And yeah, it can seem like, God is just putting us in this horrible joke. But at the same time, like this reading just said, it's a game of transcendence. It's a game of leveling up. It's a game of realizing deeper aspects of yourself. So how could we ever gain experience if we don't have hardships that are going to put us in situations where we have to learn, where we have to evolve, where we have to realize things that we would have never realized if we didn't have that hard challenge to climb through, to go through. And when we understand this, everything takes on a new perspective, a new light. We start to see that, wow, even anger is a powerful teacher. It's something that we can use to really benefit us and really help us incorporate our true being, help us let go of the things that make us angry, the things that are causing us to see the world from the eyes of separation and start seeing it from the eyes of unity, the eyes of love, the eyes of understanding. Anger is one of those things that everybody deals with because it's just a natural emotion that we all have. When something doesn't go right, when someone hurts us, we get angry. And we've been taught on this world that anger is bad, that you shouldn't be angry, that whenever you're angry, people think you're crazy, so you have to put it away. You can't show that you're angry. You have to put on a fake smile and act like everything is fine. And this is causing a lot of stress, a lot of people showing all these beautiful pictures on Instagram, but yet deep down inside they're so empty, they're so ready to give up, they're so depressed because they're just living a lie. They're living from a place that's not true, just to hopefully be seen a certain way by others. And I'm here to tell you that just like I was told that crying isn't okay, that men shouldn't cry, which is also another lie, anger is a valuable way of expressing ourselves. When we're angry, we say what we have to say. And there's nothing wrong with saying what you have to say. The problem ensues when we have been holding on to this energy like a dam holds on to water, and then it finally bursts. And we have what is called rage. Rage is not okay because now you are pouring all of this bad vibe into that one situation that probably didn't need all that energy poured into it. It's better to release the energy as it comes, to learn how to pick your moments when you're angry. Maybe not right away tell people what's on your mind, but first work it through in your head and then make sure you find the right time to release whatever it is you're feeling. It's all about timing. So when you're angry, it's a great time to ask yourself, why am I angry? What about this situation is making me angry? Is there something in it that is reminding me of my past, of a past trauma? Is somebody speaking down to me reminding me of when my parents spoke down to me, or when people at school spoke down to me, and it's just hitting a nerve? And now that it's hitting a nerve, I feel like that little kid felt that day in school, where they felt very little, very down on themselves. And this is all from my experience when, and I'm sure a lot of people got picked on. A lot of people got told that they weren't good at this or they were no good. From my perspective, I was overly smart, so other kids loved to pick on me and tell me, find little flaws that they thought were flaws in me and convince me that they were flaws, to the point where I started seeing myself flawed, seeing myself as something that wasn't hip, wasn't cool. So I dumbed myself down purposely just to look like I was part of the cool crowd. And it was the worst thing I did, because I cost myself a lot of years of expansion. At the same time, though, it brought me to where I am at now. It gave me the comparison, the contrast, to see it all for what it is, and be able to tell people now that you can use those experiences like I am to evolve, to become a better person, to be something that will hopefully catch you up to wherever it was you would have been if those things never happened. So whenever someone talks badly to me, talks down to me, judges me, tells me I'm no good, that hurt kid does come up. That energy of, why do people make fun of me? Why do people think I'm no good? All that comes up, and then it makes me feel very small. It makes me feel angry at the people that are doing it, and it almost puts me in a rage. So instead of staying in that rage, or even worse, suppressing it, I have learned to go back to my past and understand that those moments, those people were being the way they were being because they didn't know better, because they probably were just looking for a fun moment to have, and I was just part of that moment. I was being reactive to what they were saying, so they were having fun with me. Just like sometimes we all do it, when people have a sore spot, we like to pick and prod at it just to see their reactions. So we're no better than the actual bullies that were bullying us. And there's a lesson in that too. We can't expect others to treat us with encouragement and love if we're doing the very thing that we were complaining that other people were doing to us at one point in our lives. And I feel that's another thing that I'm seeing a lot is, I don't do it on purpose, but there are moments in my life where I have talked down to people. Maybe not for the reasons that I imagine the people that talked down to me did it for. And in reality, I don't know why people talked down to me in my past. I don't know why people will yell at me at times. And a lot of the time it has nothing to do with us. It has to do with the stuff they're going through. But anger is a tool. Anger can help you really see that you're not fully clear yet. There's still things lingering in you that are keeping you from full clarity. There's still sore spots. There's still wounds that you are not fully healing yet, that you are running away from because maybe they're uncomfortable. Maybe you feel that, why do I have to go within and deal with these things, it's so much easier to just blame the people that are being assholes and say that they just need to change. Why do I have to change? But like I was telling my wife today, when we go to the movie theater and we see a projector projecting a movie onto a white screen, we all know that there's a movie reel, right? And the movie reel is where the movie is. The movie is completely on the wheel, and by them putting the wheel on the projector and then shooting the light onto the screen, you see the movie. Now we are the projector and the movie. Our movie, the movie reel, you could say, are our thoughts. When we put our thoughts in the front of our attention, we're projecting them out onto the world. So now whatever you see in people, the people you see, the circumstances you see, we might say that they're outside of us. We might say that there's things that other people are doing that are hindering us, that are hurting us, that are causing us trauma, that are causing us stress. But in reality, we are creating those personas with our concepts, with our belief systems. Just like a projector is projecting the movie onto a screen, we're projecting our insecurities onto the people in our life. So if we want to change the people in our life, if we want people to change, as we all, I think deep down inside would want, a more uplifting, a more beautiful, more harmonious world, we can't change the people just like we can't change the movie by yelling at the screen. We have to change the movie within. We have to change the projections within. We have to start to see that it is how we perceive the world that's going to change the world. It's not how the world is and then we take the world and we break it down and we try to change it physically. It's that we have to do the inner work first, and then we'll see the movie different. We'll see the people different. We'll see the ones that hurt us in a different light. We'll understand that, hey, you're hurting too. You're probably having a crummy day too. You're probably having a bad week. You probably don't know how to meditate. You probably don't know how to internalize this stuff and make it right within you. You don't know how to harmonize yourself yet. And I'm not here to teach people that are going through bad moments how to do that stuff, because that's not the time to do it. And I used to do that for a long time. Whenever somebody would be in a moment of desperation or anger, it'd be like, oh, that's my cue to now tell them all the spiritual stuff that I know. And that's the worst thing to do at that moment, because they want to freaking punch your lights out, because now they think you're not even listening to what they have to say. They feel like you're not even sympathizing with them. Instead, be the example for people. Stand up in your understanding of what you know and lead with that. Show them that you understand them on a higher level by not reacting to their anger, by not letting the energy that they're spewing out trying to make you fall on your face, by being strong enough to stand up and use that energy to remind yourself of all the times you've been hurt, and then to say, I understand your pain. I've been there. I get it. You're no different than me. I'm no different than you. Although you're choosing to react in a place of suffering and a place of desperation, I can choose to react from a place of love, a place of understanding, and I can transform not only my energy, but your energy. And it's not going to work for everybody that you come across, but eventually the right people are going to see how different you react to their moments of anger, to their moments of desperation. And they're going to say, wow, like most people would have lashed out at me. Most people would have said how like good, like he's mad, I'm mad, like this is the way it's supposed to be. But instead, if you don't do that, if you transform the energy and you meet them with love, like a father meets his kid when he's done something wrong, you understand that, okay, yeah, you did something wrong, I have to address you, but at the same time, I love you. I understand that you're going to go through things that you might not have all the knowledge right now to fully comprehend, and that's okay. I don't expect my son to know my youngest son to know that a stove is hot. He's only 11 months. I don't expect him to know the stove is hot. So I'm not going to yell at him and punish him if he goes to grab the stove. I'm just simply going to correct him with love. I'm going to correct him. I might yell at him, but it's not going to be with, you idiot, like, why are you grabbing the stove? I'm going to correct them with sternness, but I'm going to correct them with love, underlining the correction. And a lot of us, I think it's because we're so critical of ourselves. We criticize ourselves so much that when we try to correct others, we're not really correcting others. We're criticizing them. We're telling them how they're wrong. How dare you do that? What are you, stupid? But in reality, we're just reflecting how we talk to ourselves internally. We're just saying to them all the things we say to ourselves, or what our serpent mind says to ourselves internally. And we have identified with that serpent mind, with that psychological, egoic mind. And it treats us like slaves, so we treat others like slaves. We treat ourselves like we're stupid and we should know better, so we treat others like they're stupid and they should know better. And as soon as we rid ourselves of this parasite within us, and this is the ego that so many spiritual groups are talking about, the more we contain this idea that we must do something, that we must better ourselves, that we must always seek for more, the quicker we just learn to stay empty and just understand what's in front of us and not create but understand, then we will be blessed with the understanding of love. We'll be blessed with the understanding that all is right in the world and that we've been the ones that have been perceiving it as wrong. We've been the ones perceiving the movie of creation as a problem instead of just enjoying it, instead of just sitting back and understanding that we are in the play of consciousness, the play of God, in the many forms that it comes. And there's nothing wrong with different actors, just like there's nothing wrong with different actors in the movies. You need different actors to make the plot line rich. You need the bad guy to make the plot line interesting. You need the good guy. You need the guy in the middle. You need the ones that are going back and forth. You need all these plot twists. You need all these climaxes in movies so that we can be at the edge of our seats, so that we can enjoy the movie, so that we can say, wow, like, I thought it was going to end like this, but then it ended like that, and that was so cool. Our life is the same exact way. This is God's play. He is the director of everything. He is using all of his creation to expand and to create and to reach new ideas and new heights and new ways of seeing the world. And we are all here. We are blessed to be a part of it. So when you feel angry, it's just the part in the scene that you're given at that moment. An actor, when they're told to be angry on this scene, they don't ask why they have to be angry. See, we ask, why are we angry? We ask, we shouldn't be angry. Why am I angry? This isn't right. So we don't play the part to the fullest. Instead, we are on the sidelines the whole time while we're supposed to be acting and creating and being artists. But if we were to trust that there's a reason why the anger is coming up, that there is something within us that is calling forth the anger, and if we just ride that wave of anger with love, as crazy as that sounds, but maybe acceptance would be a better word. If you can ride the wave of anger with acceptance, meaning that you know it's there for a reason and you're just going to ride it out, you're not going to resist it. I'm not saying, embellish in it. I'm not saying, oh, I'm angry, so now this is my time to, hurt everybody that I don't like. I'm not saying that, because then that's an imbalance too. Now you're becoming attached to the anger in another way. But if you just play the scene that you're given at every moment of your life and you stay in the now, then you'll start to see the underlining plot. to the greater whole. You'll start to see why God or source or creator has put you through the things you're going through. And life just becomes so freeing. It becomes so rich. It becomes so full of just grace and miracles. And you'll even feel blessed after an argument, because you'll say, you know, thank you that you're showing me that I still got work to do, and thank you that I was able to get what I had to get out of my system, and thank you that, you know, now I know where me and that person stands, and thank you that now I know where I stand. I know the things from my past that I'm still carrying around. That is what being an alchemist is learning how to turn your shitty situations into something that's going to help you evolve, help you grow, help you be a better person. And the more you master this, you'll get so good at it that it'll just happen like when you drive a car. It'll just be second nature. It won't be something that you have to like, okay, I got angry, and why did I get angry? Who's getting angry? Who's observing the one that is angry? Can the one that is observing the one that is angry, can that one be seen? And by what can that be seen? I mean, all of that will just be very automatic. You'll just immediately go from the angry person to the one that's observing the angry person to the one that's observing the angry person being observed by the thing that's observing it. It gets a little confusing, but you just learn to be in that observer mode. You'll learn to be disconnected from your anger. You'll learn to see the world from a higher perspective, from your higher self perspective. You'll understand how even the anger is going to help you, how it's going to nourish you, how it's going to inspire you to do things. And you don't ever see all that if you're so constricted in the person mode of, this shouldn't have happened, why did this happen, I can't let this happen again. You never have those insights because you're just so caught up wishing things to be different. And that's just never gonna benefit you. It's like Groundhog Day, the movie Groundhog Day. You're just gonna keep repeating the same process over and over again. Every time you get angry, you're gonna go through the same exact process of, this shouldn't have happened, I'm gonna resist it, I'm gonna find a way not to let it happen, and then you convince yourself that it's not gonna happen, and then it happens again, and again, and again, and again, and you just don't know what to do. You know, some people go mad and they commit suicide, they get depressed, not realizing that they're so close that all they have to do is a couple tweaks. All they have to just change their vantage point, change their perspective a little bit, and kind of like a camera lens snapping into focus, adjusting its focus so that the picture gets clearer. Once the picture gets clearer, everything makes sense. There's nothing to learn. It's just like, damn, everything is so much clearer now. I didn't need to learn anything for it to be clear. I just needed to change a couple adjustments. So much love to you guys. I hope this reaches the people that need it, and namaste. Till next time. Peace.